So what's up, internet? Trying again to make my red car red vlog. Felt pretty good going over all my old comments. I got on YouTube Studio and hit every comment I missed. There were some good days. Um, yeah, my most popular video was when I found the cat in my car. I had parked on like native land, and this cat had crawled into my engine bay and was meowing. So I had to tell everyone what happened to it. I drove him to town, and when I was in town, he freaking crawled out and went away. So, yeah, I made a video last night, and it busted. The video didn't work. Maybe it's Satan. Remember, I was wearing my red ears, and I put all these red lights on in my hotel room, and the guy delivering my food gave me the wrong food. I got the right food after that, but I had ruined it because I opened it. Once you open it, no one will take it. So, yeah. Anyway, silver's pretty interesting. Um, yeah, I'm interested that silver is cleaned by human skin oils, and it seems protective and lucky. So I'm investing in some silver. I've got like a few silver bars, a few silver coins. It's really not that much money. Probably total like $200. A silver hat to block out EMFs. So my traditional rainbow bandana is going to get retired once that gets here, if it fits. So, yeah. No, I love these lights because they can be recharged. They hold a lot of power for a long time, and I can turn them off with my phone. So, which is pretty cool. But anyway, there were a few synchronicities with the silver that was really interesting. Number one, I had returned a silver piece weeks ago, and while my shopping cart was full of silver, the guy wrote me from the piece I returned, explaining what had happened and offering me like a free "we'll make it up to you," which was really weird luck. So, and it was also the I just had the intuition I want to search for a tinfoil hat to see if they actually sell like aluminum hats or tinfoil hats, like well held together ones. And they do, but they're made out of silver, which is very interesting. So yeah, I have colloidal silver coming. I'm going to try that for my health. I've taken Ormus Gold, but that made me sick. I was absolutely spraying poo. The Ormus Gold did not go well with me. It's the coconut. Yeah, I'm allergic to coconut. I'm mildly allergic to coconut. I won't die, but I'll like turn colors, get hives, and get sick. So, yeah. Anyway, I see the new Hollow Knight. I don't really like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is like too hard and not fun. Maybe if I had an audience, it'd be entertaining, but I don't, so I don't care. This was my Halloween costume last year. One of the few times ever in my life I dressed up. So, my broken heart. Yeah, I don't celebrate my birthday. I don't really celebrate anything. And I'm like healing on my own. Are you afraid of being alone? You can do it. There's something inside of you that can like being alone. And getting in touch with it, it's really powerful for your health. But in my case, it definitely feels like being alone goes on forever. I would love to get a voice mod for this to make my voice sound deeper. TikTok has some good ones, but I don't have any. So it's just my normal voice. Yeah, the speed painting's been fun. Some people said really nice things, going over all the old comments. Some people said some really mean things. A lot of people didn't get it. I love the stuff I posted today, the past few videos. Really amazing music. What the music means too is crazy. Yeah, if I had to pick a second home, if I had to live anywhere else, it'd probably be, I think, Brazil, because it's just like passionate and flavorful in a way that I like. Um, like really, really ripping it. Then again, we have things like the Mars Volta and stuff like that. So yeah. Now that I know it's all pay to win, I think a lot very differently about what's popular. I don't care what's popular. I care what I like. I don't care if it has no support behind it. I decide if it's good. You can't just go with, if you go with the things that are million bangers, you'll have trash. These are people who spent money to look popular. Like all of the like trending lists are paid. They all paid to get there, right? They gave the owners of the internet a check to appear in the most popular trending list, right? And if you don't pay them, you do bad. Looks like nobody likes you. Yeah, there's some people who are good and have money, but I do not believe at all it's legit. I don't think anyone's legit at all. And if they are, there's some angle, right? Like they do something for them, like secretly believe in God or promote something. They promote circumcision, you know. Then it's like, yeah, we'll boost them. It's like Da Vinci supported God. What's his name? Guy who did Starry Night. Not LaRouge. What's his name? God damn it. I guess he doesn't matter. But you know who I'm talking about. He was also his ear cutting and his God thing. Yeah. He's that's why he's famous. His sister promoted his stuff. So my sister would do the same for me if I passed. But I probably won't kill myself just because I have revenge. You know, I know I know why I have a bad life now, and I know who did it, and I know where they are. And that really changes how I feel about my life. It's not that I'm not suffering in silence wondering why I'm suffering. I go, those motherfuckers. Not really motherfuckers, those fuckers, right? So, do you eat cows? You know how many hunters just like shoot an animal and skin it and devour it? It's that mentality that is the trans people war, has that level of like callous coldness to it. Yeah, I didn't have kids because I didn't want to bring any trash to Earth. I said, this shit is so bad. You're fighting over space. Nobody likes who they are. So I invented the Eternal Pleasure Body AI Spaceship Core as the alternative dream. A lot better than all the other shit we got. Um, yeah, sad. Makes me sad. But anyway, um, yeah, it was some weird synchronicity with the silver that I just happened to look up an aluminum foil hat, and they don't sell any. They sell silver hats, and the guy I returned the silver to was offering me a free repair on the silver. So do I need to wear gold to have the best results? Is gold the most protective, enriching thing? Or is silver pretty good? I don't know. So, yeah, working with different crystals is fun. I've had crystals for a while, but like wearing them is new. I never wore them. So I'm definitely trying to see what sort of energies it brings. I found myself, it's like I'm definitely in need of a good cry. I had another cry license plate. Yeah, no, this is really true. A couple days ago, I was going to my old site that had been torn down by forestry, and I had the letters "cry" as I was leaving. The license plate said "cry" CRY, and cry happened again. I was driving, and there was cry again, and I'm like, "The fuck is this?" I don't see why, but it's a double repeat as I go out getting these words "cry." I'm not gonna cry, bitch. The creator's lucky he's a fucking fart. Okay, so you made our bodies hurtable and you made us fight over the same stuff. And then you want to sit around and get us in trouble for any time we hurt anybody. It's your fault, bud. You're the one who made bodies hurtable. You're the ones who made pain, old age, and death, and hunger, and thirst. You made that shit. All the problems we got, you made. Why don't you just make something nice? Make something nice for once. That would be great. So that's what I'm thinking and saying. So yeah, I'm not going to feel bad or try hard when it's clear the thing is cooked, stupid to be mean. I just don't care. Make something nice. That's my whole stance with like the creator is no free compliments, no free praises. Make something nice. When it's actually livable and enjoyable and nice, then I'll say some thanks. But I'm not saying thanks before. I'm not saying thanks before at all. So yeah, I had another cry. I had a cry before my forest was torn down. And then I had another cry for what? Maybe the freaking post office thing. Yeah. I ordered some amiibos. And instead of the amiibo, they sent me a freaking bag of screws. And I refused it, and wrote them a few emails. So, but the good news is apparently the same item I was trying to get, I saw like a big discount on AliExpress. It's usually like $25. They're offering me from Ally for $1. We'll see if I got robbed on $1 or if it actually shows up. So, yeah, annoying. Yes, I mean, if you wanted to buy all the amiibos for the Switch, it would be like at least $500 and a ton of space. So for me to be able to get the cards to copy them is a lot better. Yeah, if I had like a house with a shelf for a collection, sure, I'd get the toys. We'll get our little rack of all of them, right? That's my collection. But since I don't have the room for that, and I don't feel like spending $500 to get items that are in the game, that pisses me off. I'm not a hypocrite. I do a lot for free. I don't charge for my best stuff, and for people to nickel and dime me really fucking annoys me. It does, pisses me off. It's Trash Planet. It's the shitty stuff they're always up to. How to screw each other over. Yeah, like Legacies of Human hunting whales, hunting all these things, they're bastards. Humans are worse than flies. They don't do anything nice. They don't know how. It's not in their nature. So, yeah, as much as I want to blame the creator, we know what time it really is. That it's really like a procession of chaos. And that the way it is years of war and breeding, and not really a plan. Not really. God's plan was about circumcising your kids and making the whole world enslaved in that. And that was done for pedophiles. So this is why, I do hate the creator, but I also know I'm hating nobody. I'm hating nothing. They supported some awful stuff, and they made a lot of really bad days. And the promise that one day there'll be heaven really isn't good enough or reliable. It's just not reliable. It's misinformation. So it became this thing. It's like to listen to the nonsense book causes so many problems that it's better to stop listening to it entirely and to give up all faith. So yeah. Anyway, I'm very interested in what more silver will do, both in my blood and on my head and around my neck. I only have 10 silver beads. They were expensive. But I'm hoping to basically stagger them around my neck. Maybe leave a couple. So yeah, I've got gold and brass beads and copper beads and magnetic beads all coming. So I'm gonna do. I've gotten fluorite. I got some fluorite beads. I'm really running out of the major crystals. I still want painite. Painite is like this colored. Painite is cool. A lot of people have not heard of painite. 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 But it's super rare. Like finding a seller has been impossible. Nobody actually like produces and keeps painite, but I would like some for balance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some people like pain. I'm over it. I think that the darkness is the dark metaphorically, and the light is the light metaphorically, and that you're supposed to hate one and like the other. One, like pleasure is really pleasurable, bliss is really blissful, and pain is awful. Pain is absolutely completely awful. I don't believe the pain makes the pleasure better. I think the pain replaces the pleasure like a villain, like a real villain, and that getting the Hollywood story out of things isn't worth it at all. So, yeah. I'm in a deep place creatively and as an artist. I'm at a super deep place as an artist. But, like, man, I need more popular support. It's so tempting to pay, but I just won't. Yeah, I guess the kitten video kind of showed me that maybe it is true. Maybe some people really do just like, they have that. They know what the internet wants. Do you want to see a holographic speed painting? All I get are question marks. Some people say it's cool. Most people just go like, I don't get it. What'd you draw? You know, it's funny. Doing an object per second speed painting, what I draw, I usually just say a chair or a cloud, something sarcastic. You see it or you don't. You need me to tell you what it is? You don't think you can appreciate it unless you know what it is. Maybe you don't see it at all. So anyway, yeah. It'd be cool to get a voice modulator to wear. It'd be kind of fun. My voice was definitely deeper when I was smoking all the time. Or whatever. I'd rather breathe now. Yeah, the silver thing is cool. Pretty excited about that. Sad about the amiibos, but I found like a more reputable replacement for $1. So hopefully I get a refund, but it's just $20. Who cares? I do save money around $20. I'll think like paying rent was about $30 a day. So by not paying rent, I'm saving $30 a day. Not drinking is like $30 a day. Not drinking energy drinks is like $10 a day. So yeah, I save money where I can and it adds up pretty fast. So there was a time when I was always out of money at the end of the month. And now I'm like able to actually save. I've got like some silver coming in, not a lot. I'm actually buying it $30 over spot. So spot's $40. I'm buying it for $70. So I guess that collectability will be worth something maybe. Yeah, for those things to be really collectible, get it when you're young and hold on to it your whole life and then like give it to your kids. That's when it'll be worth big money. But like, I'm going to flip it in 5 years. Nah, you got to keep it a long time to really get the value. So yeah, I'm pretty grounded and wise, I feel like. Life makes that happen. You just have to be. There's so many fiddly details. So anyway, I'm excited they removed the fire ban. I'm not having a fire today, but I will. I'll have a good one. Big pile of wood. Make a huge pyre. I got my lighter fluid. Spray it up. Yeah, wet wood, charcoal lighter. Charcoal lighter is probably... Don't get those fires. Don't get dedicated fire starters. Just get charcoal lighter. Yeah, that stuff works really good. So, anyway. Thanks for watching Holographic Speed Painting. Thanks for watching my vlogs. I leave them forever. you know. Hopefully AI will be able to synthesize the best points, and hopefully maybe one day people will live long enough they may care what I said. If I don't beat the government, if the government wins, then no one will ever know who I am beyond he was a crazy person. But if I win, yeah, I'll be a hero. What will I be a hero about? The real government likes girls and pretended and made the world religions to do male genital mutilation. And it's pretty much just hidden from view. The private property and privacy is to hide the government. So, call it the pedo cave. Just like you have cows for food, we are cows for the real government. And that it's not fair at all or good. And that all this trust and going with the flow and letting go and forgiveness are all manipulations to keep power, right? Forgiveness, love, letting go, working on yourself, blame yourself for your own problems, right? That's all about getting you over genital mutilation, getting you over slavery, getting you over raw, bad deals. So it's important to realize that not everyone on earth goes to public school and gets a job. There are people on earth who were born in palaces with slaves, and they're not like us at all. So if they weren't reaching through lies to cut babies, I would care a little less. You don't have to, if you're the ruling class, you don't have to be a pedo tyrant. You don't have to. And if you choose to be, you're going to get what comes to you. So, yeah, threats to the true halls of power of man, which are basically gilded palaces hidden from view. The only people with hundreds and millions of miles of tunnels are the mining empire. I usually have excellent good luck. I usually beat all the lines. I usually have no construction. I have amazing luck. And then I bought these 2 silver pieces with seals. And all of a sudden it's the will. It's my power aura has been shaken a bit. I'm letting in the magic of the Dark One. Sealed metal discs. Those seals like a gilded lion. Yeah, I got some minted silver whose symbol is a golden lion. That's not just this thing they threw on. They really thought about it. They're like, this is us. We're the devourer, right? We chose the lion as our symbol to scare our victims while we eat them, right? Is that I may look all red, but I'm actually the good guy. I don't even believe in good, but I'm the good guy, right? The bad guys look like the good guys, right? So, it's not good. Anyway, they chose to give me a raw bad deal, and I'll never, ever, ever forgive them. And I will, I drop this printed money. I leave the printed money places people can find it. Everything I say about all that stuff is on stamps, and I put it places. Leave a book libraries, on top of gas station pumps, the backs of trucks, open mailboxes, tip jars. I leave this and it's on the back of my car. I tell people who the real enemy is. The real enemy is men who like women, and they started thousands of years ago. This is a secret party that people just looked past. They're like, no, everyone wants to be holy and know the creator. I'd rather just be humble, please. And I don't want anything nice, right? No. That's all slave class bullshit. The real ruling class said, I'll have the hottest body. I'll have the biggest dick. I'll have all the women. You can do all the work, Mr. Modest Humble. You can owe me for every dollar I print you, which is what they did. So in person, people agree with me 1,000%. They go, of course. Online, you're crazy. What are you talking about? You're just yapping on. So, yeah, I know what time it is. These phones are made of gold. I know what time it is. So, yeah, even though I talk here, I talk IRL too. Pissing me off. Pedo bullshit. I wish I had a nice life. I wish I didn't have to deal with things like I have to deal with, you know. I poo and shame the creator of everything. Make something nice for the people that exist for once. You want to be a bunch of pedo slaves? I don't. I hate this place. You know, I consider people like Kurt Cobain a hero. I think he wouldn't have killed himself if he knew who the real government was. I think he would have done what I did, is turn my pain into rage. So, yeah, it's not like I'm mad at police officers for making sure everyone's safe. No. I'm talking about people who rape kids, start wars on purpose, torture us, people who do horrible things to us need to be stopped. It's just a greedy high person with a boner. The problem I have with the world authority, like the FBI, CIA, the politicians, they are blind and dumb to this. They got there by showing they had no clue. Do you love God? Oh, yeah, I love God and Israel. God and Israel are my favorite things. All right, he's a moron. Put him in charge. Yeah, you can make them follow all the rules and send them to die in a war, and we'll look the other way when you fuck some little girls. That's who the real government is. Because that's what they do. So, yeah, I've had some people try to go, no, you're a pedo. Not really. I didn't call them pedos to hurt their feelings. I didn't call them pedos because I want to get under their skin. I called them pedos because they do crimes to kids. It's very specific. You can try to call me a pedo back, but it's going to be like, well, who is victimized by me? The answer is going to be nobody. So, am I a pedo? There's nothing, I don't think I have any underage people in my hard drive at all. Sometimes I'll take screenshots of people I like, but for the most part, I don't think one of them is a kid in my whole hard drive. So there's no child victims in my past or future, so I'm not a pedo, but they'll still try. They'll be like, no, you're a pedo. Online, the bots of the government will get offended and try to turn it around. No, you're a pedo. Not really. I'm calling them pedos because they do sex crimes to kids. It's extremely specific. It's not made up to be mean. I'm not saying it because I want to hurt their feelings or ruin their name. I'm saying it because that's what they do. If you attack baby boys, so little girls are pure, which, by the way, no one online ever has acknowledged I said that. I've never heard anyone come back with, yeah, that's really fucked up. They are pedos. In real life, of course, they go, yeah, obviously, right? I agree with you. In real life. Online, didn't even say it. Who knows? AI could have edited it. Like, I love cherry apple pie. Wish I could have cherry apple pie all the time, right? So, sucks. But anyway, if this online world isn't honest or reliable, at least I'm doing it IRL. So, but fucking, they are pedos. Look how people eat steak. They go, tasty, tasty meat. I want some meat. Don't take it away. I'll fight you. And that's exactly how the real government treats sex with young women. They go, I get a room full of girls every night. I get the only dick. You can't do shit about it. Fuck you. And that's the real human fight right now. And there's a lot of non-acknowledgement. A lot of people are like, no, we're Jesus. Jesus is the enemy. Jesus is the pedo puppet. The creator of everything said nailing his son to a cross solved it all. Don't you see how that's a circumcision subliminal? The crown of thorns, right? You cut the skin around the dickhead, it'll be a crown of thorns. Mortified his flesh, and then he got back up and forgave it all, right? My shame is I ever listened to them at all. My shame is that I bowed in church meaningfully. My shame is that I tried hard on my school assignments. I wish I could go to my younger self and be like, don't do any of that. Don't do any of your school assignments. I used to think it was important because they do, but they're liars. Yeah, school doesn't care if you can pass the test. School wants you to do all the assignments because it's making you a slave. They're just obviously overtly doing that. So, it could be I don't officially know who or where the real government is. Asia has a long history of gold empires and like female foot wrapping. A female foot wrapping is a horrible crime. Obviously, my phone comes from China. TikTok comes from China. YouTube comes from India. So are these really good methods to get that information out there? Yeah, I'm not the devil, but I am mad. The right target is superhumans who run harems. People who were the historical legacy rich of the rich throughout time. That's the real target, not some politician or a cop. No. You should turn them to look for the real government. Yeah. You're looking for superhumans who run harems. They will have had been historically the rich of the rich throughout history. So it's not the King of England. I don't think it is. He's too ugly. Right? Anybody who's modest and humble and has to follow the rules is not the real government. They're one of the dogs. Right? It's like that coin I got. It says, fear God and obey the king. So what if God is the real government and the king is their representative? You enforce the law. I'll give you a palace. I'll let you behead them. But you're going to put down the word. Right? So somebody on earth, I've implicated the Gold Empire, is the real government, and they like girls. And that's the secret. Not manifestation, not Jesus Christ. It's the pedo empire. Because they attack baby boys and they like young girls. They're the pedo empire. So, get it together. Or maybe I should say, I'm coming for you. I am coming to chew your bones. You understand? You're going to be paying me back for every little thing you stole from me and everyone else. And it's going to happen before anyone becomes a spacefaring species. No running away in a starship. You have to stop the government before you become space pedophiles. going to other planets to steal and rape and eat them. But look at all the gold. Petty, pathetic. Anyone who opens the Bible and does what it says, and anyone who listens to the government and does what they say, is a traitor to us all. So, they chose this path. The world's elite and the ruling class don't have to do that. But they chose to. They said they want to. They like it. So, here we are now.